Do you need to scrape a website but you don't know how to code? Well, in this video, I will show you how to scrape any website in one click without having to write a single line of code. Let's see how to do it. Okay, so the tool we are going to use today is called Automa. It's a Chrome extension that is, at the time of recording, 100% free. So all you have to do is add it to Chrome and then you will see it appear in your browser. So the website we are going to scrape today with Automa is Amazon. So pretty simple websites. And what we're going to try to do is to get, well, all the results. So we're going to try to get the title, the price, the number of reviews, and all of this with Automa. So let's go. So the way it works is that you just have to open the tool, and then I haven't created any workflows yet, so that's why I have any logs or nothing, but let's create a workflow. So those are already created workflows that you get when you download the extension, just to kind of try to see how the tool works. So let's go ahead and create a workflow that we're going to call scraping Amazon. Perfect. So this is the way it works. The interface is very user-friendly, very simple. So you have access to different triggers and different tasks that can operate on your browser or on the element of the page, just clicking on an element, getting the text, and so on and so forth. So what we're going to do, we're going to open this tab automatically. So let's try this new tab. So this is the way it works, that you just have to connect blocks together. So it's very simple, very straightforward. And then we're going to add the URL we want. Let's just call it Amazon search results. Perfect. Okay. And then let's try to get the name of the project. So to do this, we're going to use the module get text over there, and we're going to connect it there. Okay, so this is where little code knowledge would be helpful, because to get the elements, you can either use CSS selectors or Xpath expressions, but if you don't know either of those, don't worry, you will be able to find what you need. So here you have the option of what you want to choose, Xpath or CSS. And so the idea is to, well, get the element on the page that matches with what you want, and then copy paste the selector here. If you don't know Xpath or CSS, what you can do is use the extension, and then you can, so you can click on each attribute, and then if you click on get text, okay, you will be able to see how to get the element you're after. So for me, what I prefer to do, since I have a little bit of knowledge in CSS and XPath and scraping with code, I like to go and use the inspector, and then I'm going to try to first locate the main element. So that would be this. Okay, and then I'm going to find the sub elements, so the name, the reviews, and the prices in the element, and this will ensure that we select the elements properly. So here, okay, I can see that we have this div with the class sg call inner. Okay, so I'm going to do this and copy the selector, and this will return one element because I've copied a specific selector. So here what I'm going to try to do is to find not only this element, but the selector that will match with all the results on the page. So to do this, here, since I see that the class is sg call inner, I can see that this should be the right element. So let's go ahead and try to do this and remove everything else. Okay, so as you can see now, instead of only having one result, we have 22 results. Okay, so I can take this and copy paste it in my notes somewhere. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the name of the product. So let's go ahead and let me remove this. I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to do the same. So go ahead, copy selector. And here again, we get this specific element. But to get the 22 elements, what I'm going to do is that, so I'm going here. So since I know that the selector that matches, well, this entire element is this one, I'm just going to remove all the previous these. And there we go. We got, well, the 22 elements we needed. So if I go ahead and do this, as you can see, I have the title of the products. And if you want to make sure that these expressions will work in Automa, what you can do is go back to the element selector, copy and paste this, and then you will be able to click on blocks and then get text. And what this does is that it allows you to preview the text you will get if you were added in Automa. So as you can see, here we have what we need. Perfect. So I'm going to copy paste this. I'm going to go there and I'm going to copy paste this CSS selector and I'm going to click multiple because there's several selectors. I'm going to give the name, so this is going to be product name, and then we need to save the data somewhere. So what I have to do here is create some columns, and what I'm going to do is just click here. Here, as you can see, there's no column, so I have to click on add. So as you can see, there's no column, so I have to create one. This is going to be product name, and it's going to be text. So perfect. So then now I can just go and add it here. Perfect. So now that we have this, let's try this first thing, and let's try to see if we can add it to Google Sheets. So to do this, there is an element called Google Sheets. So if you want to have element called Google Sheets, so let's add it to our workflow, and we're going to connect it. So let's go over there and edit it. So here, if you want to know more about how to use it, you can always click on the little information icon, and it will take you back to the documentation where you can have, well, you have everything you need to, where you have everything you need to know about each block. So here, what it says is that we need to, well, share a spreadsheet with this address. So I'm going to create a spreadsheet, and I'm going to call it Amazon product reviews, and I'm going to share it with the Automa service address. Okay, there we go. And now what I have to do is first change this. So you can either get the spreadsheet self values if you want to read from a spreadsheet, but here we want to add values to a spreadsheet, so it's going to be update spreadsheet cell values. Let's go. The spreadsheet ID, so we just have to go back here and then copy paste it. Okay, there we go. And then the range is going to be, well, same. I mean, for now we can we only need to use this column, so it's going to be A1A. So it's going to be something like this. Let me just copy paste it just will be easier. So let's go back to Toma. It's going to be A1A. So this column. Perfect. And we're going to use the keys from the data columns as the first row. Okay, so seems good. So now let's go ahead, save this, and run the workflow. So now if we check the spreadsheet, as you can see, we have all the results. And if you go back to Authoma, we can just check out the logs, and then we see that it's a success, so everything worked as intended. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do the same for the number of views and the price. So since it's the same process, I'm going to speed this part up, and then we're going to see how to deal with pagination. So let's do that. Okay, so here we go. We have all the elements we wanted, and now let's see how to click on the next page. So let's go here, and so here again it's the same process. We're going to go to the selector, and we're going to see which selector we can use to click on this button. So contrary to what I've done previously, I don't actually need to copy paste the whole selector, because here it's very simple. As okay, I can see that there's several elements with the class pagination item, but the one element I'm after is this next button, and so I can see that there is one specific class for this element. So everything, so I can see that there's one specific class for the element, and it is as pagination next. Oops. So let's go back. So I'm just going to get this. So here, to get a class in CSS, just have to click, just have to add a comma, and then just copy paste. So this pagination next. Okay, and as you can see, it only returns this element. So perfect. And now let's see what will happen if I click on this. So let's go ahead, click on element selector. We're going to copy paste this. And so here, instead of clicking on get text, because we don't care about text, we're going to click on click element. And as you can see, now we're on page 2. So let's go back to the workflow and add this. So here, we just have to add this click element to what we have, and then add the selector. We don't check multiple because it's only one. And let's save. Okay, so the workflow we have here will allow us to scrape one page, but what if I want to get several pages? So in this case, first I'm going to add a delay, because I don't want to run the risk of the workflow moving on to a new page without having time to get all the elements. So I'm going to add 1 second delay, so this should be 1000 milliseconds. So let's go ahead and do that. And then Once I have my delay, I'm going to add the repeat task module, and this will allow us to, well, as the name of the modules shows, to repeat the task. So I'm just going to connect it to the delay, and then I have to connect it to the module where I want the workflow to start again. So in our case, it's going to be with the product name module. So let's go ahead and just add it here. So looks a little weird, but okay. So there we go. Let's repeat it 2 times, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another delay. Oops. Because again, I just want the last iteration of the loop to have the time to be processed. So I'm just going to add a delay that will apply at the end of the last iteration. Okay, so now I have my delay, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add my Google Sheets module again. Okay, so then this again. Okay, so now we can save and run the script to see what we get. So let's go ahead and click on execute. So as you can see, it's moving pages. Okay. Okay, so here are the results. So first, one thing that's a little bothersome is the way the price is formatted, and then here we are missing product name. So let's go back and try to see why. Okay, so what's happening here is that I made a mistake. So if you do this, you can clearly see that the block is not linked to product name, but only to review. So this is why we are missing the product name in the other pages. So what I can do is just, well, change this. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to have to delete my block, and then go ahead and change it. So let's go. And this time I'm going to try and be careful. Okay, seems good. So now I can save. I can remove all of this. And I'm going to try and read again. Okay, so now as you can see, the issue is solved, and now the last thing I have to do is fix this price issue because it looks pretty strange. So let's go back to the page. Okay, so let's see what we can do. So the current element we're using is this one, but obviously well, it's not working. So what I have to do instead is to get this. So as you can see, we have the whole price and then the fraction. So I'm just going to take this, and then I'm going to I'm going to use the concatenate function on Google Sheets to bring the two together. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so as you can see, now we got the result in the correct format. So for the price, I'm just going to create another column, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little concatenate function. It's going to be this, okay, and so okay, so finally we are done. We got the results we wanted, and here we only have 2 pages worth of results. But if you want more results, all you have to do is go back to the workflow and just repeat the task several times. So that's it for today. I hope that this video was helpful, and if it was, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.